My name is Alice. I work when the city sleeps. I clean empty offices. My son, Sam, is 5 years old. Last winter, he needed medicine, but my purse was empty. I always believed I was an honest person, but that night, I crossed a line, and that choice almost cost me everything. My husband, Ben, works on a construction project far away. He is away for months at a time. His voice always sounded so tired over the phone. He sends money when he can, but life in this city is expensive. The rent, the food, the unpaid bills, the money just disappears so fast. Sometimes I wonder where you are listening from, maybe a different country, a different city, and whether you ever feel the same way, watching your money vanish before the month is even half over. And because I knew that feeling so well, I chose to stay quiet. He calls every week, and every week I lie. I tell him, "We are fine, Ben. Please don't worry. I thought I was protecting him. I did not want to add to his heavy weight." But we were not fine. Not at all. Last month, Sam got a bad cough. It was a deep, wet sound that echoed in our small apartment. The doctor said he needed special medicine. It was very expensive. I looked at my bank account online. I checked it again and again, but the number did not change. There was almost nothing left. That night, after Sam finally fell asleep, I sat in the dark kitchen. I listened to his small coughs from the other room. Each sound felt like a small knife in my heart. The quiet hum of the refrigerator was the only other sound. I felt so completely alone. I knew I had failed him. I whispered to myself, "I am a bad mother." That night at work, I could not focus. I pushed my cleaning cart down the long, empty hallways. The sound of the wheels echoed on the shiny floor. The building was completely silent. Every office door looked the same, but my mind was full of noise. I kept thinking about the pharmacy. I kept thinking about the price of the medicine. The number was stuck in my head, a painful reminder of what I could not give my son. Suddenly, my phone buzzed in my pocket. I pulled it out. It was a message from Ben. It had a picture of him smiling, his face dirty from work. The message said, "Thinking of you and Sam. I love you." I looked at his happy face. For a moment, a tiny bit of hope warmed my chest. I thought, maybe I can ask him for more money tomorrow. Maybe it will be okay. I put my phone away and pushed the cart to the top floor. I was pushing it down the long hallway. I stopped at the vending machine to get a drink of water. As I stood up, I saw something on the floor, next to the machine. It was a dark leather wallet, probably dropped by someone in a hurry. My heart started beating very fast, like a trapped bird. I looked up and down the empty hallway. It was completely silent. I knew no one was there. I told myself to take it to the lost and found desk downstairs, but my hands would not listen. I walked to the big window at the end of the hall. I looked down at the city lights. All the cars below looked like tiny, moving toys. The world felt so big, and I felt so small and helpless. For a few seconds, I just closed my eyes and breathed. But the silence didn't help. I turned back. The wallet was still there. It felt like it was calling to me, a dark promise in the quiet hall. I slowly picked it up. My hands were shaking. I opened it. Inside, there was a lot of cash, so much money, enough for the medicine and for the unpaid bills and more. I quickly took the money and put it in my pocket. The empty wallet felt cold in my hand. The next morning, I went to the pharmacy. The money felt heavy and wrong in my pocket, but I bought the medicine. I felt sick with guilt, but that evening, Sam coughed less. He finally slept peacefully. That afternoon, I heard a key turning in the door. My heart stopped. It was Ben. He was home 2 days early. He told me his project had finished ahead of schedule. My heart sank into my stomach. I tried to smile, but it felt like a mask on my face. Before I had thrown the wallet in the trash, I had quickly looked inside one last time. There was no ID, just the cash and a small, worn photograph of a man smiling with his wife and little girl. Ben was very excited. He held up his phone. "Alice, I have amazing news," he said, his eyes bright. "I got a huge bonus. A friend of mine who is a manager in your building helped me get it. He said I was the best worker on the project. He wants to meet us for dinner to celebrate." He showed me a picture of the manager and his family on his phone. My blood ran cold. The air left my lungs. It was the same smiling man from the photograph in the wallet I had stolen. I felt like the floor was falling away beneath my feet. I couldn't breathe. The room started to spin. I leaned against the wall to stop myself from falling. "I can't go," I whispered. Ben's happy smile faded. He looked confused. "What? Why not? Alice, this is a huge opportunity for us. This man is important." I felt a strange kind of courage rise up inside me. It was the courage of someone with nothing left to lose. I knew I could not keep this secret any longer. It was too heavy. Tears started to run down my face. With a shaking hand, I reached into my pocket. I pulled out the stolen money. I put the crumpled bills on the small table between us. They looked dirty and wrong in the afternoon light. "I can't go to dinner," I sobbed, my voice breaking, "because I stole this from your friend." Ben stared at the money. Then he stared at my face. He did not look angry, not at first. He just looked confused and deeply, deeply hurt. His eyes were wide with a pain I had never seen before. "Why?" he asked. His voice was just a whisper, a small, broken sound in the quiet room. "Why would you do this, Alice?" "All my lies, all my secrets, all the lonely nights of worry, they all fell apart in that one terrible moment." I could not stop crying. The words just came out, a flood of truth I had held back for so long. "For Sam's medicine," I cried. There was no money left. He was sick. I was so scared. I told him everything. I told him about the empty bank account, about the sleepless nights spent listening to our son's painful coughs. I told him about the terrible feeling of being completely alone, even though I was married. I told him how much I missed him. He stood there, completely still, and he listened without saying a word. His eyes moved from my face to the new medicine bottle on the kitchen counter. Then he looked back at me, at my tired eyes and my shaking hands. And in that moment, something in his face changed. For the first time, he was not just looking at me. He was really seeing me. He saw the quiet desperation I had hidden behind my fake smiles for months. I saw the anger in his shoulders melt away. It was replaced by something else, something much heavier. It was a deep, painful shame. I knew he finally understood. He walked over to me. I was still standing by the table, trembling. He knelt on the floor in front of me. He took my cold hands in his. "I'm sorry," he whispered. His voice was broken. "Alice, I am so sorry." Tears were falling from his eyes now, too. "This is not your fault," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "It's mine. I was so busy working for our future. I completely forgot about our today. You were never alone, but I made you feel that way. Please, can you forgive me?" He pulled me into his arms, and I held on to him. I cried for a long time. They were not just sad tears anymore. They were tears of relief. Later that night, I sat on the sofa while Ben made the most difficult phone call of his life. I heard him tell his friend, the manager, everything that had happened. His voice was steady and honest. He did not make excuses for me. or for himself. He just told the truth. He promised to return every last dollar. I felt the heavy weight of my secret finally begin to lift. Ben's friend, the manager, was a kind man. He understood. He did not press charges. He did not tell anyone at my work. He just said to Ben, "Take care of your family. That is the most important job." The very next week, Ben took a local job. The pay was less, but he was home every single night. Our life is still not easy. We still have to be careful with our money and watch our unpaid bills. But things are different now. They are better. Every evening, the three of us have dinner together at our small kitchen table. Ben helps Sam with his homework. I watch them, and my heart feels full. I don't feel alone anymore. I don't have to carry the weight of the world by myself. We are a team, and I know now that being a team is worth more than any bonus. Desperation can make us forget who we are. It can make a good person make a wrong choice. But honesty, even when it is painful, can help us find our way back. A family is a team, but a team can only win if they share their struggles, not just their successes. Alice's story resonates so deeply because it reflects a common, quiet struggle in our modern world. Many families live with a painful distance between them, whether it is physical, like Alice and Ben's, or purely emotional. We often get so focused on building a better future that we forget to live honestly in our present. This creates a dangerous space where loneliness and misunderstanding can grow, a perfect breeding ground for wrong choices. This story powerfully illustrates two critical traps that many of us can fall into. The first is the provider trap. Ben thought being a good husband meant only one thing: earning money. He was so focused on providing for his family that he failed to be present for them. He sent money, but he didn't send his support or his understanding. The second is the cycle of shame. Alice's shame about their financial problems made her feel isolated. This shame prevented her from being honest, and that silence became a pressure cooker, pushing a good person to make a desperate, serious mistake. Her secret was not just a lie. It was a wall she built between herself and the one person who could have helped her. So, how do we apply this to our own lives and relationships? It begins with a single, courageous act: asking the right questions. Don't just ask your partner, "How are you?" Ask them, "What is the hardest part of your day?" Or, "Is there a weight you are carrying that I can help you with?" Create a safe space where it's okay to say, "I'm not okay," or "I'm scared." True strength in a relationship is not found in hiding our struggles. It is found in our willingness to be vulnerable, to share our burdens, and to face the storm together as a team. Honesty is not just about telling the truth. It's about building the trust that makes truth possible. Have you ever felt desperate like Alice? Comment "yes" below if you understand her feeling. If this story touched you, please give it a like and subscribe for more stories. Thank you for listening. Take care of your team.